Alright, so everybody requested that Gary do a blind tasting for Wine Library TV, so he nominated me to run around the store, pick out the different wines, and we're videotaping this to prove that it's completely blind. So Chris is going to follow me as I grab all the wines, and then he's going to videotape me opening the wines. So, let's go, Chris. The first wine. The second one. The third one. Jim,
just take a picture of it.
And the last wine. We'll figure out if Gary can figure out if this is actually from Chile or not. That's it.
Just scan, it'll register, scan, register, scan, register. Doing some, and this is
I know this is super unexciting, but it's necessary.
Make Zach, extension 520, please. Make extension 520.
Bag number one. We're going to put in the Ex Libris cab from Washington. That was actually something that was requested. I accommodated to bring it in. Bag number two, we're going to do the Murphy Good Petit Verdot. As you all know, Gary's a big fan of Petit Verdot. See if you can pick that out. Bag number three, we're going to do Montez Purple Angel, which is going to be a tough one because it's 92% Carmenere, and it's made in a big modern style. And then wine number four, we're going to do Nolly Zin, which is probably the single most requested wine in Wine Library TV history. So we're going to tape these up so Gary doesn't know what he's looking at, and then we're going to see if we can trick him. What?
Can you handle 05 Bordeaux? Oh, no, you can't. Keep them on hold, I'll take it. I'm sure 2 pours tonight already out of 8.
Take a phone number. We'll call them back in a minute. So we're going into Gary's office now, and we're going to see how he does with the blind tasting.
Let's see how good you are at mouthing. 4,
3,
3.
2, and numero uno.
Thank you. Thanks, Ian.
Good luck, bud.
Thanks, man. It all comes to an end now, huh? All right. 800 things just happened. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk, and you asked for it, and you're going to get it. And this is pretty much as close to double blind as it gets. I mean, I really have no clue. This is not single blind like the last blind episode. I am in outer space. Obviously, I know there was a lot of wines submitted, but think about how many there were. And another 200 to 300 emailed to me. So I'm in trouble. And I'm definitely a little bit of nervous, but at the same token, I'm pretty excited. Let me give you... What the heck was that? Let me give you a couple of... not announcements, but little things about blind tastings if you want to do your own. I highly recommend blind tasting groups. The groups I belong to are blind tasting groups, and when I get together once every month or every other month with the groups, we taste blind. What's great about that is that no preconceived notions. The other thing that I always do when I used to do a lot of customer tastings where I would meet with 5 or 6 customers and taste with them is that I would never put the best wines last. Because, you know, you've got to understand the thought process of somebody who's doing... I'm already trying to figure out what's going on here. It's just the natural thing a human does. So, you're trying to center me, Chris, there a little bit. So, the big thing that I always recommend, if you're going to do a blind tasting party, big secret, mix it up a little bit. I know the common knowledge says you go with the more profound, bigger, better wines towards the end. I highly recommend mixing it up. Sometimes putting a $3 wine at the end is a lot of fun and causes a lot of controversy. So, without further adu, I guess you want to get into it. I'm going to talk about the characteristics and the scores, and then I'll try to guess if I feel compelled. Let's get into it. Wine number 1. That's all I got for you. Now, I don't know if Ian mentioned, but one of the things I told him was to make sure most of the bottles were shaped the same way in the Bordeaux style. Did Ian bring that up? One of the big things we did is, you can see they're basically similar bottles, and so a little higher than the others, but he did a pretty decent job. I think I would have done a better job. But that, again, doesn't give me any advantage of thinking one is a Burgundy bottle or a Syrah bottle. Most of these are in the classic Bordeaux or standard red wine glass, so it makes it even more difficult. We've got some great color on wine number 1. I'm excited. Nice chalky nose with a little bit of a raisin and a little bit of cherry. It smells a little New World-ish on that factor. It's got some Old World characteristics as well, so once again, the head is already moving. Very bright wine. A lot of fruit. This is more of a New World style that way for me. Great acidity. I probably picked the worst day to do and I'm coming with excuses, but I'm going to have to throw this out. We tasted an obscene amount of wine today. We got a lot of great deals coming in the shop soon. So, maybe it's more prime than fatigue. Let's see what's going on. Great black cherry, good structure, nice firm grip, big wine, New World in its approach. Very exciting, luscious, good long finish. This is a good solid bottle of wine. If this wine is, can you give me a pen? I'm gonna have a little fun here. This is the kind of wine, and I used to taste blind a lot for buying because if anything killed me, I would that's fine. I would you know, buy it if I thought it was a $30 wine. It was a $6 wine. We got excited and bought it. Try to cheat by feeling the bottle. It didn't help. There's a little fakiness going on in this wine, and that bothers me a little bit. I'm going to score this wine 88 points. I think it's a solid wine. It's a little New World, and if the wine is between $10 and $15, I think it would be a really good buy. So let's leave it at that. That makes it fun. Chris, you think that's a good idea? Good. Let's move on. Nice wine. Good grip. This is the wine number 2. I know, no zooming in needed. Crazy color. Let's give it a rinse. Now again, the only advantages I have at all from being completely double blind is the fact that these were all wines that you guys recommended. That being said, I'm pretty darn busy and didn't really get to check. Now, what I do know we did was we kind of cheated. We only used the ones, he really only picked ones that were used with the links. So next time we do this, you're going to have to put the link in because it was easier to click and open tabs and then pick the wines for him. So you're going to have to do that. Anyway, tremendous color. Really dark. Real burgundy, bright red, but edges, but very dark black in the middle. Very tight nose, not a lot coming through on the nose. Oh geez, I just realized. Because of computers, I may not know the actual scores or prices of these wines. So what we'll do is, you'll have to research them yourselves. So, you know what we'll do? No, I don't like that either. I don't want to put the links up on the website because then you'll know what they are and this won't be as fun. We'll put in the comments a couple of hours after the show airs, so they'll be deep in the comments for the people that just come on today, tomorrow, whenever you're watching this for the first time. But it will also not be there right away for the people that watch it right away. Good idea. On the fly. It's what I get paid the big bucks for.
It's scary.
All right, really dark chocolate, little mineral aspect to it as well, but very tight, very tight. I'm going to go California, Australia. So my first out on a limb. Very nice, deep, dry tannins. I like that a lot. Very structured fruit. As a matter of fact, it's got a little bit too much oaky for me. It doesn't taste like Cabernet. I'm leaning towards California because it's not overripe the way some of the Aussies are. Too tannic. Not sure exactly what this is. This is a tricky little wine. I like this wine. It's really well structured. Solid bottle. Great mouthfeel. And very nice tannins. With a big round steak, this would be great. A lot of Cabernet fans would like this wine, in my opinion. I'm going to score this wine 90 points and give it a $20 range for being right for the quality of the wine. I like it a lot. I'm scared to go there because I'm not sure if we even carry one, but it's got some Petit Verdot aspects to it, which is really my cup of tea. And so, actually, people know what the wines are. Ian showed them in the beginning, right? Anyway, sorry. Off the cuff a little bit. We've got to do this live. We'll do this live next time. It's got a little Petit Verdot aspect going to it, and so it could be Petit Verdot. It also reminds me a little bit of Tannat, but it's too oaky and doesn't act that way. It could be a Bordeaux and with a lot of Petit Verdot in it, or Cab Franc. It's not Cab Franc, Cabernet. I don't know. It's a nice wine. 90 points, $20. Let's move on. A big bottle. I wonder what this could be. I hope. Number 3, huge bottle. Just a gigantic bottle. Let's give it a whirl and a rinse. God, this is heavy. I've been working out, so imagine. Again, another fruit bomby kind of nose. Almost like a Syrah on the nose. Lots of cherry and strawberry jam. Mixed in with a little bit of licorice on this one, which I like. There's a lot of tannins, and it's extremely New World. I'm going to go Syrah on this wine, I hope. Or whatever it is, it's acting like a Syrah for sure. I mean, it could definitely be from Australia, but it's not hot enough for me to think that it's Australia. It's a little more cool climate in its approach. see this being from Chile, South America, Argentina. Not my cup of tea. It's got a little too much fake fruitness, but it's a luscious fruit bomb, and I can see a lot of people really liking this because it brings a lot of power and explosion. It's a solid effort for a fruit bomb. It's not too over the top. Old World fans don't have to run. Just a steady walk, a steady walk out the room on this one. A little bit of minty aspects that I like, a little bit of asparagus. Good mid-palate, good structure, well-made wine. Just a little bit too much for me. As you can see, my reaction kind of punched me in my throat. Kind of like Roadhouse style, And I don't know. It's a nice wine, actually, with that all being said. But for me, it's an 88-point wine. I do believe this is like a $40 wine. And I would say it's from, I don't think it's from Australia. It could be from New Zealand. I think it's a Southern Hemisphere wine. And I'm going to give it a pass based on the fact that I'm guessing, but I could be completely wrong. Wine number 4. I have tasted a lot of wine today. This is a record day. We tasted about 50 wines this morning, and tasted another 40 or 50 wines. These are probably... could be in the hundreds, in the first tier of 100 wines for the day, yeah. So, my palate's feeling strong, though. Awkward nose, little minty as well in this wine. Smells cheap. Light, off-balanced. Tastes like it's from California, just like cheap California stuff, because again, not as hot. I mean, this is what cheap California and cheap Australian wines taste like to me. This is a little more California. Again, the way I decipher that is Australian wines tend to be a little bit brighter, a little more fake, a little bit more upfront fruit bomby. This is a little more structured, almost like a Merlot or a cheap Merlot, cheap Cab. So hard to taste anything after the monster that just came. But this is not a good effort. I'm going to score this wine 80 points. Off balance, a little dark cherry, but that's about it. 80 points, and I'm going to go $7. All right. So, this is fun. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a 90, an 88 for $10 to $15, an 88 for $40, and a $7 80-point wine. So let's go backwards. The last place wine. Let's recap what I said. Wine number 4, $7, 80 points. I thought it was cheap California Cab or Merlot. And, oh boy, I'm going to get killed for this. This is a Zin. I was going to say it too, goddammit. This is Nale Zin, which is a very well-respected, great producer. It is California. It's not cheap. It's probably about $20 or so. And that's that. Last place, Nolly, 80 points. I'm dead for that. Lars is going to kill me. He loves that winery. Let's move on. Third place, $40 Syrah, 88 points. And I thought it was a $40 Syrah. I thought it was from the Southern Hemisphere. Nice. Is this a Syrah? It's a blend. It's a Carmenere Petit Verdot blend. All right. Well, at least I got the Southern Hemisphere part. It's a Purple Angel Carmenere Petit Verdot blend, 92% Carmenere, 8% Petit Verdot, and Purple Angel from Montes. I think it's in the 40s. It's from Chile, so we did it right there. Not too bad. I did think it was Syrah, and I do believe it was manipulated to taste like Syrah. What's that? You want to throw it? Catch it? There you go. Wine number 1. 88 points, 10 to 15 US dollars. I like this wine. Thought it was pretty good, actually. Let's see what it is, if it's in that price range. Where did I say that was from? Did I think it was California? All right, not bad, because this is Washington State, and this is the Ex Libris Cabernet, which I give 88 points to. I think this is about $20. I did pretty good with that one as well. I said 10 to 15, so it's a little overpriced. I guess I would give it a pass then, because I thought it should have felt more in there, but not too far off. And finally, wine number 2, I thought was 90 points, around 20 bucks, and I thought this one I was really weirded out on. This could be as embarrassing as the first one. Or not. Awesome. This is a Petit Verdot. And you know I always talk about Petit Verdot and how much I love it, so I feel pretty darn good about this. And Murphy, I'm pumped. So somebody recommended Murphy Good, and that's really cool. And I'm really pumped that I was able to nail this wine. I don't know how much this is, but I thought it was great. 90 pointer for 20 bucks. I think that's probably the range. Did Ian say? Do you remember? We'll look back on it. We'll have a link. And that's a scoop, folks. I did a blind tasting, and I'll tell you what, it could have been a heck of a lot worse. I didn't get the exact everythings, but I did okay, I think. I basically was in the game, not too bad. What do you think, Chris? The Nolly was probably the most off, and I was going to throw Zin. I said Cab Merlot. If we rewind it, see if I got close to saying Zin. Boy, did I butcher this wine. That's a scoop. Question of the day. I was wondering about this, and this was a great Friday. This was a lot of fun. We got to work out some of the kinks, but we tried to do it for you. What is the biggest discrepancy you've seen in a bottle of wine? We had a customer come in just a couple hours ago that asked to meet me, wanted to talk to me. I thought it was a complaint, actually. And I missed. There was a basket. It wasn't even close. I hit my Patrick Ewing signed jersey, which is kind of ironic. Don't make fun of Patrick. Came into the store, drove 2.5 hours to pick up a couple of cases of this Bordeaux. We were priced at $25, and everybody else he has seen it sell it for was selling it for $47. And he was just going on and wanted to thank me. Brought me to a great question of the day. What is the biggest price discrepancy of something you've bought, you've seen, positive or negative? You bought it for $100 and you saw it for $65 a little later. You bought something for $11 and you've seen it for as high as $45. I'd love to see your biggest swing on prices this weekend. Give me a lot of comments. I'm really working hard for you because you, with a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.